Hey, Jeff Seeley here again. I want to share a story with you here. It's not my story. It'll hopefully answer 3 questions that people have about running a business, particularly a network marketing business. I first heard this from a good friend of mine, Dean Nunley in Tulsa. He's built a very successful MLM business here, working part-time while running a full-time construction company building custom homes. He's pretty much built his MLM business from a pickup truck on his cell phone in between job sites, and he's a great guy. I've learned a lot from him. One thing I've learned that the story points out is that for somebody like me, and maybe this is for like you too, but for somebody like me, I can do really well with a pretty clear map, regardless of any emotions tied to it. I think task-oriented is the best way of putting it. I think personal development is what can make you personally attractive, but it has its limits. There's no end to the books I can read or audios and seminars I can listen to that'll teach me a better attitude, but at the end of the day, I need to know what to do, and maybe this will help you understand what to do here. Anyone that starts a new job has got 3 basic questions they want answers to, and they apply to starting a business as well. The 3 questions are these: what do I got to do? How much of it do I have to do? And how much am I going to get paid? And by now we've already talked about things like products and market and timing, and you may not know if it's all true, but let's assume for a moment, and we'll come back to this, I promise, but let's assume for a moment that everything you've heard and seen on the DVD is true. We've got good products, people probably want to buy them, and the timing here is good. Let me ask you this. What if you ran your business like you were giving away free water to the runners in a marathon? People are zipping through life on their way somewhere, and they're going there fast, and you're giving them something they need for free. Set yourself up as someone they need to know because you've got what they need. Now, you got to do it on purpose. 1 cup of water a day, so to speak, 1 measure of activity a day. Get yourself near the runners and let them know you're giving away something they need for free. Now, be aware, there's some runners out there that don't know they need water, and you can't help those folks. Chasing them down is just not going to ever work, and you're best working with the folks that know what's going on. Now, the folks that you've gotten started giving away information to, now this is either going to be information about your company or what you can do for their company. Some are going to want more. Some will like what they hear, and some will want all that you have and drink it all in. How many are going to do that? How many are you going to take to? How many people are you going to have to expose things to get something happening? You can guess. I put some numbers to it. Could be 10, 20, 30 folks. Let's just say 20 because it makes my numbers work out easier. And you'll see that in a minute. So the people that get all that you have to give away, one of them stops and says, I want what you got. They read all your emails and blogs. They watch all your videos. They raise their hand and they say, pick me, coach. Well, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to get to the race 1 time a day, Monday through Friday, 1 measure of activity a day for 5 days? And we'll give you the weekends off because you know you need to rest up. And if you got something that works for you automatically, then you can really rest up. That's 20 trips to the race in a month. Just to draw in 1 person who'll raise their hand and say yes. And not just say yes, but also buy into the idea of giving away this free water too. Now next month you're starting off with a partner. And you're still doing 1 measure of activity a day, 5 days a week, and we're still going to give you the weekends off because we know you need to rest up. And if it's working 24/7, then you can do that. But now you've got somebody else doing the same, and they're in this to make some money too. At the end of the 2nd month, you've got a partner, and he'll have his first, and now that's 4 people. If you keep up that pace, you're going to start wondering, what about those other 19 folks? What about the 19 that say no? Well, some of the 19 may still buy your product, and that's fine, but I've decided not to worry about them. If you stick with that 1 a day, 5 days a week, and make sure you take the weekends off because you know you need to rest up while you're working with something that's working all the stinking time for you, then by the end of the year, if people are placing a below company average order every month, then you'll be making around $25,000 a month. Now look, that's if you're dealing with a low-cost product. Now what if your product is higher end? Anyway, for $25,000 a month, I think I could make it a point not to lose any sleep over those 19. So the question now is this. Are you one of the ones or are you one of the 19? Because if you're one of the ones, then we can revisit those assumptions we started off with and get your questions answered. But if you're one of the 19, then it's really simple. We just move on. I promise you're not going to hear from me again unless you're on my Christmas card list already. So that answers the 3 questions. What have I got to do? How much have I got to do? And how much am I going to get paid? And speaking of getting paid, would it be okay if it worked about half as well as we're talking about here? Could you still make that 1 measure of activity a day, 5 days a week, and still take the weekends off to rest up? And by now you get the idea. There's a way to make this work and really take those weekends off. But only make about $12,000 a month. Or what about $5,000 a month in extra money? if that's not enough, I know some pretty fine folks that could sure put it to use. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more. Remember, I told you there are a couple of different ways to build it, and they all kind of funnel into the same simple concepts. You can chase down the runners, or you can use the internet and Web 2.0 technology and have the runners chasing you and have it happen for free. Until next time, I'm Jeff Seeley in Nashville, Tennessee. Sign up right now for my videos if you like what you see. It's right here on the side, or you can go to my MySpace site at www.myspace.com/soartheclouds. And I look forward to talking to you soon.